What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2. It has been too long, y'all. I've been sidetracked like a mofo, and I am still in the middle of AP reset number 69. We're on floor 66 here. We've got Cyberpunk coming up here shortly, so I figured I better get a floor or two done to get a little more progress done on this reset, so let's get after it. Here we go. So first thing, starting off over here, we've got the front line with maximum effort and brittle. So this lane is going to be pretty darn easy. We got Draken's Barrage up top with Longshot, EMP Stabby Zappers in the middle with Armored, and then Cyfrost Whompers down below with Proximity and a Soft Spot. Now that's a little bit of a double-edged sword, considering I've got Longshot up top. I kind of really like using Earth Shatters on these two lanes, and I probably still will. But I'm going to have to throw some R's in for that proximity. And then we've got the mob gallery over here, Enraged and Unstoppable. So for AP 69 here, we are doing all BOOM Servos. So I'm bringing along some Skyguard Towers. I don't think I'll use them on this one. Some Flame Auras. Then we've got a Reflect Beam and a Proton Beam. Probably gonna use some Earth Shatters in here, Earth Toss Destruction Defense right there, and possibly even a Poison Dart Tower, Explosive Poison, Destruction, and Defense Rate. So let's just go ahead and start it off right up here. This lane should be pretty darn easy. We can petrify it, which is kind of nice, so let's just go ahead and set up a really nice petrify zone here. We've got the front line. We're not going to have to worry about any Zerkers on this lane, so how we place the Reflect Beam, we can kind of just spread it out there. Now, I do want a little more damage on top of it. In addition to that, there's 113 mobs, 108 of them are goblins, and I just happen to have Gobu Boom on my Flame Auras, which is going to make this lane just explode. So let's go ahead and throw... Can we get 3? Let's get 3 Flame Auras right here, and then I'm pretty much thinking this lane is going to be on Ignore after that. Now, Mob Gallery, the lane, of course, is going to change. It's going to depend on what's there. Now, I can do the same basic setup, though. Let's go ahead and do that. We've got no Cyborgs to start. We could have Cyborgs show up, or a Cyborg boss show up later. We'll have to see how that goes. And you know what? Let's just do the exact same thing. We'll go 3 or a 4 node Reflect Beam segment through the middle, and then we'll go 3 Flame Auras here. Now we don't have any goblins here to start things off, but we may have goblins once the mob gallery lane changes. And then moving right on up to this Draken's Barrage lane. Now, the reason I like to use Earth Shatter so much on this particular area is because it covers both lanes. So if you put an Earth Shatter here, well, you know, let's just go with 3 of them since we have some DU left over. Let's put down 3 Earth Shatters here, and it's going to hit the lower lane and the upper lane. However, up top here, we've got Longshot. So we don't want to necessarily spawn camp this one, as the Draken are going to take less damage the closer the defense is to them. However, just below we've got Flyers with Armored, and those are really just inviting some auras in to take out the Flyer lane. So let's go ahead and throw, let's throw a couple of Flame Auras like that, and we could probably get one more out here. Yeah, let's just drop it right there, and then that will take care of this lane plus the Flyer lane. Now, I do have 170 left. We got Proximity down here, and we got a shit ton of Frost mobs. Now, let's see, what do we want to do? We can put in a little Cyborg trap, since we do have 12 Cyborgs here. A lot of people have been asking me what the heck I mean when I say Cyborg trap, and what I mean is we are going to be using the Automation Shard, unupgraded, of course, and that is going to give us the effects of a 10 out of 10 Chaos 8 Tenacity and give us that 100% reduction. Now, by doing this, we're going to be able to just go ahead and drop just a little Reflect Beam, like right up front, And that right there will just keep those cyborgs completely entertained, and they'll sit there and smack away on it for just about forever. Now, let's go ahead and we'll get some fire in the mix as well. I do have 80 left, so we can actually go 2 more. Let's just go ahead and do that. We'll get 2 more flamers in the mix, so we got lots of fire. That leaves me 20 DU. I don't think I'm actually going to do anything with that 20, so let's just let it fly and see how the lane holds up. Now, up top here, as I mentioned at the beginning, this will be on ignore mode up here. So we'll be ignoring that lane and really focusing all of our energy on the frost lane. If you have to pay attention anywhere, it never hurts to pay attention to the lane with frost mobs. So we're just going to focus on watching this lane. If anything does push up through there, we're going to go ahead and put a little smackdown on that lane. The flyers should be automated from those flamers up top. Certainly they will be after I get in a round of upgrades. But we're down to, what, 108 mobs left? Let's just continue to spray them down and get through the rest of Wave 1. This map is... normally, I'm pretty happy to see it in Onslaught mode. You've got the 4 different lanes with 800 DU. That's giving you 200 DU per lane, which is above the average that's throughout the game. Now, obviously, that's not an absurd amount of DU, but it is enough DU to kind of do just about whatever you want. So, this map, Siphon Site D, whenever I see it, I definitely do not cringe near as much as some of the others. Let's see, let's just go ahead and spray a few upgrades around here. Let's go ahead and get some up here as well, since we're just going to ignore this lane. We'll hit, actually, we're going to focus on the auras. The reason I'm focusing on the auras when the Reflect Beam is such a powerful defense is I don't have a Destruction Shard on it. So when I upgrade it, I'm just getting much more value out of my Flame Auras than I would on that Reflect Beam with no Destruction. And then, we're actually out of juice, so let's just let it fly and see what Wave 2 is going to bring us. Now, if Wave 2 is straight up snoozer mode here, which it's looking like it might be, I think I will just skip right on through to Wave number 5 and show you all how things end off here in Siphon Site D. So far, so good, though. We've had it pretty darn easy. I mean, having only one lane that really requires paying attention is extremely helpful as well. I mean, if you can't watch one lane, then you're just straight up AFK, there's no doubt about it. So we can watch this lane without any problem and get these baddies burned down, just going under that 100 mob mark now. So it's looking like it is probably going to be GG for this one. Now we do have a little Hex Thrower boss here, good old Sniper Warbly. Let's go ahead and put the Wapow on that guy. Let's see what we got. Not a terrible relic. Now this particular reset, I'm doing all Boom Servos, but that one would not be awful as far as doing AP resets, that is for sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to upgrade these Flame Auras, and let's jump on forward to Wave number 5 and see how this map ends off. And here we go into Wave number 5. It has been quite the snooze fest here. We got some good mutators on this round, and just the build is holding up just great. Lots of Goblin lanes making these Flame Auras just even more powerful. And we're able to get it done here. So let's throw a few last minute upgrades around. We're looking pretty darn solid. You see over here we got Cyborgs now, since Mob Gallery does change. And the smartest thing for me to do there is going to be to just move that Reflect Beam so that it's a Cyborg trap and not just going through the middle of the lane. So let's just throw it out here or something like that. And I think we'll just call it good there, as that just should get it. So I've got these already maxed out. Actually, that one's not, but it will be now. So basically, for the entirety of the map, I have just been chilling right here. Wave 3 and Wave 4, I just kind of chillaxed it out right here and sprayed down into that entrance. And, you know, as I mentioned earlier, it never hurts to pay attention to frost lanes, that is for sure. So just kind of spraying down into it to make it so I have no other choice but to pay attention to that frost lane. And actually didn't get pushed at all. The, you know, sitting there focusing on it, of course, the Frost Orcs are just dying right away and not getting their freezes stacked up too badly on my defenses there in the area. We do have Gregory coming out, and we've got the big old Geode Prime. Geode Prime is down already. Gregory, however, is making a little push. Let's go ahead and give Gregory some love. He is all petrified up now, and there we go. So Gregory down, GG's. We got 6 mobs left. They're all flyers and an assassin. We'll just drop that assassin down here in these auras and let that guy have a wonderful time with that. So there we go, y'all. That is floor number 66 in Dungeon Defenders 2 using just Boom Servos. I love me some Boom Boom, and there's another one. Ooh, I'll keep that bad boy. So thanks again, everyone. I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.